Well, this is Spotlight, and I'm Pastor Dan, and we're doing a little series on why mission and why mission trips and why worry about that. Why not just take care of ourselves? We have plenty of needs and problems right here. And I want to answer that question. We're told that there will be a reciprocal blessing when we go to take the story of Jesus around the world. There will be a reciprocal blessing back here. It's one of the reasons why Bob Falkenberg, former General Conference president, didn't just go home and just sit down and retire. He decided to give his life for evangelism. And at one time, his organization called Share Him was responsible for 10% of the baptisms of the world church. Powerful. But he was hoping that if he could take pastors and laymen overseas, that they would come back and they would make a difference here. I have had many people think that you lose money by taking people overseas and spending all that money. No, they come back and they give more because they have solidified their servant heart. So there's some arguments. Some people think that we're just trying to cater to tourism, and you really just want to go to tour and we'll try to get some money out of you when you go. No, I don't want people like that. I want people who want to go for the mission. The touring is a little added blessing and a perk. We go and work for 14 days and we take 2 days at the beach. Are there some fun things to trips? Yes, there are. But the vast majority of the time, you're out there mixing cement and sitting in a hot building sometimes, doing a medical clinic. Let's be careful. There are those who think that the short-term missions aren't really that good. You just drop in out of the sky and you are hit and run for a few days and then you go away. I wish it was longer. That's all we've got. We've got a vacation time. That's all that I could get away from my church. Maybe 2 Sabbaths. I couldn't even stay, sometimes 3 Sabbaths. That would be too much. So we would fly out on a Monday or a Tuesday, start preaching on a Friday night, Sabbath, or the next week, and come home. It's not ideal. It would be better to have 3 Sabbaths in 2 weeks. You get to know people and help do more. But I couldn't get away that long. People can't get that much time away from school or vacation. You do what you can. Well, then there's the argument. But if you can go repeatedly to the same area, you can get more done. Yes, you can. You can build some institutions and build some history. And we've gone back to some places over and over again. Another criticism is that wouldn't it be better to just take all that money for the plane tickets and just send that over there? So if I take 100 people and they all spent $1,500 on a plane ticket, that's a lot of money. Just take that $15,000, just send it over there. That'll build a lot of a church. But I want them to have an experience. Number one, I want my sons to have an experience. I want them to have a bigger picture of the world. I want them to have a servant heart. I want them to know that they have connections outside of their color and their ethnicity and their food and their language and their normal cocoon here. I want them to break out of that. But then I want to say that there are 3 waves of the giving. There is a wave besides your own plane ticket. You have 100 people, they all contribute to that trip, maybe $300-400 each often. And then all the other people who have a little more money, maybe $1,000, $2,000, and maybe we walk over there with $30,000, let's say. So yes, we have paid a bunch of money for plane tickets. Yes, we have. And lodging. But then when we get over there now, that $30,000 begins to go. And maybe we would have gotten that $30,000 if the people hadn't gone. Number one, people might not give us the money they would have gone for the plane ticket. Having a chance to go themselves and have some touring with it gets that money from them, that first wave. Then there's a second wave while they're there that said, rooms in the orphanage had no fans. Kids were bringing their mattress out onto the patio, suffocating hot. We said, how many would like to buy fans? We can buy some. We have fans for every room. Maybe we buy some computers. Maybe we take up a collection to buy a sound system for the school. Many times. We were in India. Here's all these rooms. It's January. It's 100 degrees. What's going to be when it's summertime? And so we got some pool of money. I made phone calls to people. Said, can can you get? So there's a second wave while you're there, and you see the actual needs when you're there in person that you would not know if you were still at home. And then when you get home, there's the third wave as you begin to, I want to help. I want to help that kid that I met that last weekend. And pretty soon, Pastor Dan, if I give you $600, will you send it over? Sure. And we begin to send over another allotment. They begin to tell the story. I begin to tell the story of people that I met. And pretty soon, we're sending money for equipment for the hospital, computers for the school, whatever else that we're doing. And so the total number is vastly greater than it would have been if we had just sent over the plane ticket money and say, here, you do it. Will there be a day, maybe someday, when we're not a novelty, where to have the missionaries come from America doesn't help bring a better crowd, and they are self-sufficient and they can do their own computers and video projectors and all the rest. We love that day. Filipinos are going missionaries all over the world, but they still need some resources. So I just hope you'll think about those things, and maybe those are answers that will help those questions. This is Spotlight. Hope you'll be with us next time. God bless. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe, and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.